If you're struggling with harsh conflict in your relationships, this video is for you. Hey there, it's Leslie again with your daily no bullshit healing truth. I'm doing a series on intimate partner betrayal, the ways we betray in our relationships, or even the ways we've been betrayed. This is not a shaming thing. It is, I think, when we're educated, we can become better in our relationships and show up in a better way. We're working on progress and not perfection. So let's get into it with harsh conflict. The thing is, we usually do one of two things in relationships. We avoid conflict, we suppress it, we run from it, or then we come in like a bull in a china cabinet and we unload. And so part of the learning curve in relationships is learning how to work through conflict so that the adults show up in the room and not the little child in us that shows up in the room. So conflict is not something to be afraid of. In fact, research shows the amount of conflict a couple has is not a predictor of divorce. Some couples just have more conflict than others. What hurts a relationship is when there is no repair after a rupture and the way we show up in the conflict. So let's talk about the avoidance part of harsh conflict. And you're like, why is avoidance harsh? Because think about it for just a second. If you had a marble jar and every time something bothered you, you put a marble in there and you didn't address it and you suppressed it and repressed it and pushed it down, that jar is going to get really full. Right? And there's not going to be any more room for those marbles. And that's what happens with resentment. So part of not avoiding, and I always tell couples, say the damn thing, is so that we can clean up that resentment so it doesn't build over the time. So your marble jar doesn't get full and your relationship is full of resentments. And that's what happens when couples 20, 25, 30 years down the road, there's so much resentment built up because they don't know how to work through it. So say the damn thing and then repair the rupture that's happened and move on with your day. Really, just say the damn thing to each other. The second part is harsh conflict, where we come in and we treat our partner like a dumpster for all of our frustrations, anger, stress, and we bring that home and we just explode when there's a conflict. Leave the room if you can't regulate yourself. See, the thing is we are co-regulators for the people in our household, meaning we not only are responsible for the words that we that we display in relationships, but also how we treat others is directly correlated to how their nervous systems are and how emotionally safe they feel. And, when someone is in a household where there's a lot of harsh conflict, they can be in fight or flight. They can be in survival mode. Their bodies can produce a lot of cortisol. So it's not good for your partner's health either. And sometimes that's not the perspective that we always take on this. Another perspective shift I want to give you, which I bring up to people all the time, is you wouldn't do it at work, right? You wouldn't be emotionally dysregulated at work, or you wouldn't have a job. Now, some people do, right? But that's rare. I mean, not everybody shows up to work screaming and yelling at the people. You have to control yourself. You have to bring your adult into work. Those skills are transferable at home. Learn to regulate yourself at home. Step away if you feel like you're going to lose your temper, and then bring your adult back into the conversation so that you can solve the problem. That's what mature adults do. Leave the name calling on the curb. Don't do it because it's going to hurt your relationship in the long term. Calling each other names and threatening divorce is another one. That is throwing a grenade in the middle of a conflict. It's threatening to abandon your partner. Don't do it. Threatening to break up, harsh names, screaming and yelling. Be the safe partner. Be the co-regulator. So the other question becomes, then how do we regulate in a safe way? We repair after there's been a rupture. We provide a peaceful environment. Relationships thrive when there's an environment where both people feel at peace and they feel anchored in and they feel safety when they're at home. That's the goal. That's the goal. And if you're having a hard time getting there in your relationship and working through conflict without it blowing up, get with a good couples therapist to help you work through it. So if this was helpful to you today, please like, subscribe. There's more where this comes from, and have an awesome day. Bye.